Hello, Kathleen Swan.
Oh, hello. How are you today?
I'm okay.
This is fun.
What are we working on?
Well, we're trying different things, and right now we're at the library and we're painting these carts for the children. And I've never painted on this type of metal, so this is something new. We weren't sure whether we were going to need to prime it or not, and I wanted the beautiful blue that they did to show through, so I think that's working. I think I stick my tongue out when I paint.
Oh, that's so cute. I'm going to look
Ignore
for that.
Yeah, that's how I started painting. Did I ever tell you that story?
Mm-mm.
I was watching a Bob Ross thing on PBS,
Mm-hmm.
and I said to my husband, I said, I always wanted to do that. And I hadn't retired yet. And I said, get me that for Christmas. Well, that was like when COVID hit. And instead of coming for Christmas, it came for Valentine's Day. So when it did come in, I had to watch it at least 5 times before I had the nerve to actually paint what he was doing. But it came out pretty good. And I said, it wasn't really me, though. It was me following the instructions, and it felt like I did follow instructions well. But when I started actually having things come out of my head, or should I say out of my brush, then I felt it was more like me, you know? And somebody called me an artist, and it's like, I guess I am. It was such a compliment.
And I want to get a little more color in there. There are some blues. I got to wash them out a little, get a little gray going on there, maybe counter the blue with a little red and a little white, and probably some orange. See if I can take it to the kind of weird little blue I'm seeing there, which isn't much of a blue. And I see it here. I see it here. I see it right down there. That helps a little bit. But it's also got to go more gray, probably more gray. So when you mix complements, you gray them out. So orange is a complement of blue, and you'll gray it out. You'll just keep graying it out. And if you balance one way, it'll get more brown if you balance the other way, but that's a gray for sure. That's getting there. Then I want to get some of that on there because it's not all real blue. It's grayish. So I'm thinking I can cut in behind these flowers a little bit and lighten this. And by the way, a great local artist once said, and again, this is because I take notes that I even remember because I have no memory, but once said, people think artists are just painting. They're just sitting there painting. It just comes out of them. Like, it isn't like that. I mean, there are times you're painting, it's pretty automatic. But really, I can tell you that you do more thinking when you're painting than you can ever believe. You're always thinking, what's the value? How will that work? Where will that go? What will it do to the other side of the painting? And I know most of the people who get attached to painting have that same, they couldn't think of doing it any other way. And most people who paint all the time do not paint because of money, or they paint because they can't think of ever having life without it. And I've seen, because I've been around this group for a long time, I've seen people go from wanting to paint so I can sell something, or wanting to paint so I can give it as a gift or whatever, to being those kind of painters that want to paint because they want to paint. And that's the reason they paint. And I think most of them find out that's when they become a better painter.
What I'm doing right now is planning the next step. And sometimes in painting, I'm sure you relate to this, you feel lost. Where am I going to go next? I focused on her face, got that done. And I also don't want to be sitting here in this oh so comfortable position for hours and hours and hours. So from a distance, I like how it looks, but I think I want to work this area around her face so there's a center of interest. I'm using this for overall values to inform me, takes away some of the. I also take off my glasses.
Yeah.
Because I'm like 2400
Okay.
without correction.
Yeah.
So it takes away all the detail and you can see the values. And how the background is I would say a darker value, but this is similarly dark down in here. And so I feel like my values and colors are pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm painting after a master painter, I'm not trying to replicate it exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And so now you're taping me thinking.
Good.
So to get to this point so far, there was a drawing. I gridded it out. I don't know if I have it. That's here. So I took horizontal, vertical, and then, so I think there's 16 units. And that helped get the drawing on decently. I had painted her whole face and didn't like it. It wasn't quite at this angle. And so one day I painted the whole face over. Like I just went, and that was painful.
Oh my gosh.
But there's probably about 9 hours into this. Drew it. It's a painting by Fragonard. This is his last name. I think it's Jean Honoré Fragonard. 6 years of high school French. And that's all I can do. Is probably pronounce it wrong. Once in a while it gets, and you can kind of see it here, it'll get moldy.
Oh.
The sponge is really tough and durable. They last a long time.
Okay.
But some secrets to keep it from getting that way is to add like white vinegar or peroxide. I use peroxide. But by the time I'm done, it'll stain, and that's okay. It's really a tough sponge. I love this. And then I might soak it in like white vinegar. And then rinse it out just so it don't get skanky.
Yeah.
Well, talk to us about what you're doing and how this process works.
So I don't have to be exact with my tracing, because the only thing that's going to show on the other side is where the original line was traced. So whenever my pressure point from my pencil meets that line, there's going to be a ghost image on this gesso.
Well, speaking of being on the right track, being that I have never done this before, how did you actually know that this is working? Did you take a little peek underneath and make sure it was working?
As soon as I did the face, I peeled it back to make sure the impression was made into the substrate.
Good thinking, because that's a whole lot of work.
Could you imagine? The next step, I usually work on the face first, because that's the most important aspect of a portrait, where you really want the character of the person. And if not, you want some reflection of your inner world or feeling about the person to come through. And, even though it's not a complete likeness, maybe you'll capture a blue feeling, about the person.
Or some emotion.
Yeah, where you're at personally. That is it.
There it is. I don't know. It's really hard to see. Oh, but you can see it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There
Yep.
it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to pick a subject matter that's relatable to some of the kids because I know this is a favorite childhood book, and so
Yeah.
I want it's easily recognizable.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to capture the characters as they really are, as Maurice Sendak did, but then I've altered the layout a little bit to fit the size of the cart.
Do you know if these monsters have names? Is the little boy the one with the horns?
Yeah, that's a little bad boy who gets sent to his room without supper, and then he creates his own little kingdom where he's the king.
Maybe that's why we all love it.
Mm-hmm. When I paint, I kind of work in layers. So I set down a base of what the main color is, and then I'll go back and add in all my shading, things like that.
After it dries?
I try to get it to stay wet
Okay.
if I can, and if I
Okay.
don't, then I'll just simply re-wet it. But just so I have the basic color down first, and then I'll go back and add all my shading.
You were telling me a story about Charles Birchfield, that you have a personal connection.
Yeah, my personal connection is that my dad, he grew up on Clinton Street, less than a quarter mile from where Charles Birchfield lived. Him and his two brothers. And so he went to Gardenville Elementary, which is the same school that Charles Birchfield's daughter went. And so they were in the same classroom together. And that's kind of my dad talked about it often. But then my cousin, my mom's cousin, lived next door to my dad on Clinton Street. And he was a handyman carpenter. And at one point, he redid Charles Birchfield's kitchen. But he also did any kind of jobs that Charles Birchfield wanted. So one day, Charles Birchfield said, "Hey, George, take all these paintings, go burn them." It's like, oh my God, yes, but that's what happened. He went, he was very obedient. He did what he was told, and he went and he burned all those paintings. So wouldn't that be great if he would have just saved one or two? But obviously didn't feel it was his best work, and so he wanted to let it go.
Now, you know, as you know, colors get darker as they come forward, and they get lighter as they recede. Is that? Yeah, I'm pretty much sure that's how that works. And what's wonderful too is when you use this medium, the white, the gray, or the black, or your complementary colors will change the whole effect of your artwork. So when you're working with your layers, you're thinking of your complementary colors, you're thinking of your value changes, which are your darks to your light in any particular color scheme. And that's very important, especially if you want to see your picture recede into the background or have some kind of dynamic. In fact, I was supposed to sand it, and you can see when I don't sand it, it leaves a little bit of beading, but that's a wonderful effect. That's something that you would really want to keep and not get rid of. But at any point, when it dries, you can go back and sand it, and it's just amazing. It's very versatile. In there. So now we kind of have this effect, but you can see it is dripping, so I'm just going to rub it in with my fingers here a little bit. But these crayons you can do that with, and you can go back and just rub it all in, and it gives a nice snowy, peaceful, quiet look to it. So now later on I can add white. Now the white I usually try to stay away from until the very last. Now I'm going to take a bluish green. I don't want to separate that color too much. Let's see, this one might be a little intense. No, it works with the color palette. No, it works great. So here we go. We're applying it. And now I can take my fan brush. Where'd it go? And I can take it and just pull the paint. And it really does leave a nice effect. Then you can go back in, do these kinds of little things with your brush. Now remember, this is only your first layer. So you're going to have several more. And it'll all blend in and look wonderful. Okay, put that aside. I always do this so I remember what color it is. Because when you go back and you pick up a color and you pick up the wrong green, it's like, oh no. So. Now, even if it drips, you don't have to worry about that because these brushes and the crayon and the layers are just, it just works well. It's very organic. And don't you love winter though? Don't you like waiting for winter? I do. It's very peaceful, very quiet. I don't necessarily like to drive in it. Of course, you guys don't have your license yet, do you? No, my goodness. Wow. You will soon, right? You can go get milk for mom and you do all that. So you're pretty much free. You like that? Thank you very much. Yeah, I haven't named it yet.
It also looks like there's snow on it.
Yeah, that's the idea.
And it looks realistic.
Realistic. Nice words. I love that. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Don, would you do me a favor and blow the whistle so we... Let's see, here's a pencil. Okay, I don't know what's wet here and what's dry.
I just dried it. This part.
Does that help?
A little bit.
Do you want a black Sharpie?
No.
And this right here is part of the train as well.
It's part of the train.
It is part of the train.
Oh, okay.
See over here, look over here. See this right here? Yeah. That's what that is. So try and get some sort of a color like this. And see, it's got different shades of like a dark color in there, but that is part of the train. Okay?
Can you make that darker?
Sure. I just don't want to get my hand wet anymore. There you go.
And then can I have some more brown, please?
Yeah. No problem. And this is part of this smokestack right here. And right there is part of that train too. Okay? How are you guys doing?
Hanging in there.
Hanging in there? That a girl, Marsh.
I should go home.
You should go home. Too small of a brush unless you're doing details.
Ready for the food, right?
And you're going to take a picture of my picture.
So let's go here. See if we can get some of those strokes off. You know what I mean? Now, remember what I said. You can't do and go all the way to the edge. There you go. And you have, see, we're just going to try and get some of that off, okay? So it's not so abrupt.
Abrupt, that's a nice word.
Yeah, thank you. We're going to use this towel. We're going to try and lift off some paint for your smoke. See? Look at that. Okay? So you're going to want to continue doing this until you can get this paint. Sometimes the paint will allow us to take, remove itself. Take it off. Okay? You're doing well, Chris. Rhonda, nice.
That was for the filming.
That was for the filming.
Hi.
Can she look over your shoulder?
It's therapeutic, isn't it?
It is.
Not
Yeah.
really.
This.
Okay, this is my newest kind of ink and alcohol. I'm painting. I'm starting to paint things instead of doing abstract. I'm painting with ink and alcohol on black paper. I learned this from a good friend of mine at the Cheektowaga Art Society named Vicki Oliver.
Okay.
And she showed me how to do this on tiles, which I have some, but this is one of my first paintings of abstract that I did. And that goes back about 10 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this is isopropyl alcohol?
This is, yeah, so you got to use 91% rubbing alcohol. The other alcohol doesn't work. I tried it and don't work at all.
Okay.
So you got to use the 91%.
And then let's talk about ventilation.
Okay, ventilation. I usually do this outside because it's not good to have the inks open. The rubbing alcohol is rubbing alcohol, but it has an odor to it also. So when I'm inside, like I'm sitting here now, I do real small things that don't take long, and I have a window open, even when it's cold out, like today.
Yeah.
And sometimes, well, and then I have to wear gloves.
Yes.
You got to protect your hands because when I first started out, I didn't. And the only way you can get it off you, it's not water-based. You take the rubbing alcohol, and sometimes it's real hard to get off. So you got to protect your skin, and it's not good for the skin either.
Okay.
This I'm really just, this paper, actually I used Yupo paper. It's a white paper, and it comes in black too. That's the best quality paper. There's other kinds out there, but I found from an artist that I can use regular paper that's used for a vinyl for Cricut. This I have to take a little, it doesn't come with the dropper on it, but I take a little of this, the drop, oh, it's sticking to me. I'll just take this, I'll get some ink in it. Oh, I got a little too much, and I'll just drop some down on the paper, wherever I feel like dropping it. It's running a little, but that's okay. And now we'll take a little of the alcohol. I should have opened this first. I always have it prepared open. I pour it all you need is a little bit, so I just put it in a cap. You could use a little bowl or something, or a plastic thing, because you only use a drop of it. Okay, now I'll just take some drops of this, and it's starting to spread it. If you see like that, this has got too much white in it, but it's going to start spreading it. Now I'll take this thing to blow it out, and it's going to just blow it out in different forms. On the other kind of paper, this is a little different. I'm experimenting with this. On the regular white paper, it can form better circles than this. Okay, I'm going to try, I don't know, maybe a little, this is a different kind of ink. We'll see if it goes on this paper. I've never tried it on here. It's a little dark, but see if I put it on the white, how nice that color is going to come out. I think that'll look pretty in it. And then I just go like this and blow it out a little bit. Or sometimes I'll pick it up and you just let it go with it. That's how I started out a lot of mine. Before I had this little air thing, I used to just let them run and go down like that, and it gives you different forms and shapes starting. And then I'll take a little more alcohol, drop it on here, drop it on here, and blow it out a little bit. I like that kind of blue. I never put that in there. It's coming out all right. I like the yellow in it. And then see, sometimes it'll turn to a green because I'm mixing the blue with the yellow, but that's all right, it matches. So it really comes out abstract-y, as you'll see. But I'm going to add a little detail, I think. Put a few markers in here as soon as I let this run around. I'm going to blow this down a little bit. See, this opens it up a little bit, makes like these bursts of color in it. I'm really not too serious of what I do with things. Sometimes I criticize myself and I say this isn't good, I'm not a good artist. But then I say, oh, I like it. Especially when people buy them and say I'm doing a nice job with them, or I win something at a show, What I'll do now is detail these with the pens, and you're going to have horses going up here. I did one before with horses going up a tree, and that's what I might do in this one. I'm just going to draw along here. I could see it already. And then coming up, I'm going to put flowers up. So it's sort of like a fantasy place you're in. A lot of my artwork is in a fantasy world. I get into these things and I'm at hours and the whole world goes away. I don't know about any other artist, but that's what happened. That's why I love this so much, is that I really have a passion for it. So this is how it's starting to come out, but I'm not going to finish it now, but I'll send Marjorie a picture of it when I'm done. And I think so. That's my demo.
Thank you.
And I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed touring around my house with all my artworks.
Thank you. Hi, Kathy Hark.
Good morning.
Look at this view.
It's the view that's wonderful. It just is full of light, and it just is a comforting place to work.
Yeah, very
comforting
cool.
place to work.
Very
and I've got
cool.
my futon here that when I get tired or I have company, I fold it down and it's a nice bed and you just lay in a sunroom and absorb. And
Very
I got my
cool.
plants I talk to. You have to talk to your plants.
Okay.
You must talk to your plants. Right now I'm working on, this is called masa paper. It's a specialized paper for print work. And I also use it for watercolor batik because it's absorbent, and you can take watercolor batik involves finishing your picture. You do black line first, and then you do test colors, and then you cover them with wax, hot wax, to lock in the color so it doesn't bleed, which you can see it's been bleeding here. So you'll lock in the color. This I will not do until I get the right color, which is on another test drawing or painting here. And these were done. This will build up to that. The problem with this one is there's Carandash there, and Carandash, I don't know if people are familiar with it, is it got wax in it. They're watercolor, but they have wax in, so you have to worry about the effects of Carandash. These are well used. These are water soluble. There's two kinds of Carandash. One is permanent, one is water soluble. I use the water soluble after making a mistake not getting the right ones. So that's what was done, obviously, with this one. It's very, very deep color, and you can blend it with water. The effects when you put the wax on or the iron on it, because you iron these paintings, is different. So we got to watch that one. So that's what I'm working on here. I've got 2 or 3 takes on this, actually more than that. This one I tried with a background.
I love the negative space.
It worked well. What was bad was I put this stupid leaf in, and I was like, why did you do something like that? So on these next ones, I got rid of the leaf, but I love this.
Yeah.
So I might crop it to a smaller page.
Okay.
And then I always use a sketchbook before I do any of that, at my sketchbook.
Wow.
And then this is the original of what I'm working on. And again, I wish I had left this guy out, but I didn't. And so that's what I'm working on right now. You can see where it was wrinkled or rolled up in that. And then again, a watercolor wash.
Wow.
Daniel Smith, I've gone almost exclusively to Seneca or Daniel Smith watercolors because of their product quality.
Okay.
Yeah, this is an updated Lola, and that's a backdated Stella. Stella's now 4 years older. So, and I love doing portraits in black and white graphite.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Graphite, black and white graphite is a real thing for me.
Oh, yeah.
So, these are my animal guys.
Oh my gosh.
This was my favorite. I did a lot of elephants, but this one, I don't know. I think I was just frustrated, and I did Payne's Gray, and I laid down the water, and I threw in the pigment, and there he came.
Oh,
this again was, I love this one. I started in watercolor with a woman named Diane Adams out in Miracosta College, and she facilitated classes, and she taught us backlighting. And this is my version of backlit from one of the parks. I don't know where the trees were. And it just worked. And I always, and you might notice in a lot of my work, I always include in outdoor paintings, most of my paintings, some sort of purple, violet, blue violet or something. Because if you really sit out in nature and look, and you don't paint real quick or you don't draw real quick, there's a lot of purple out there. So, and purple and green somehow really go together if you throw in the yellows and golds, and that's what I did here. So
yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna start a new painting. I usually I paint the canvas black. Almost always work with a black canvas, and then I put a coat of this flow additive.
Oh yeah.
And that helps the paint to move around. So I'm starting with the actual titanium white.
Zinc?
Yeah. I often work with unbleached titanium white, but today I'm working with just regular titanium. Okay. So that's actually not a bad color. So I'm just going back and forth, and it's already creating some kind of texture. And usually I want to darken the top. And now I'm just gonna, I just go crazy and try to make the clouds as random as possible, so that they're not perfect little humps, which is what naturally I gravitate towards. So I gotta fight that and try to get something. Well, maybe I'll switch brushes. I do like natural bristle brushes, but they're not expensive brushes. They're pretty much cheap brushes.
Mm-hmm.
They work just fine. I like to have a lot so that it's dry when I want it to be. And it's always, sometimes it's nice to do this orange thing along the horizon.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what that does. And then, yeah, that's starting to develop something. Sometimes what I'll do is let this dry, and then I'll go back over it with more paint. But if I don't like what I'm doing, if I let it dry overnight, it sets. And then if I go too heavy, I can use a rag and I'll wipe it off what I've done. So
Yeah.
I can't do that until it's dried overnight.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and see, I might go in with the unbleached titanium. I'm really just trying to create some kind of pattern that I can look at later and kind of pull things out of.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't see anything right away, but then all of a sudden you do. And you're trying to create this sort of a ceiling type look where the clouds kind of flare out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's really a 4-step process, and usually it's an underpainting. Then I sit and look at it the next day, see what I see, and then go back in with sort of the dry brush technique and build on, assuming you see something that's working, try to build on that. It's nice to have a lot going on at the horizon. And then if I'm going to put the land in there, I go back to the black gesso, try to find a brush that's kind of raggedy. Like that.
Yeah.
And I just use the black gesso.
Wow.
And with the rough bristles, you can kind of make something.
Why do you think you paint houses?
I don't know. I mostly just like to paint landscapes.
Okay.
So a house gives it kind of a purpose.
Yeah.
I guess.
You know, when I see your houses, they're interesting because sometimes or oftentimes when I look at an artist who paints a house, there's so many artifacts of a life that was lived or is being lived in the house.
Right.
But yours is devoid of that. It's really, really striking in that way. that really does read like a sky and a foreground. Kind of like in a spiritual way. Wow.
So that's my family's homestead. It's in Italy
Oh,
Valley, south
oh.
of Canandaigua,
Okay.
Naples area.
Oh, that's interesting. It does have like an emotional quality to it. Hi, Sue Larkin.
Good to see you, Margie.
I think I'm gonna peruse your work.
Yeah, I'm just playing around with the oriental-looking kind of situation we're sitting in this greenhouse. I like it. And the music is really playing into it, too.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Getting in the mood. But a crucial phase. Have I finished yet? I could just add way too much. So we'll see what I can do. Yeah, I started painting flowers. That was the first thing. And my mother and father both had gardens, and so I grew up with that situation around me. And him it was vegetables, her it was flowers. But I always enjoyed helping out in the garden and stuff. And it kind of trains your eye to look for, the different forms and sizes and shapes and colors. Getting together the right color. Blue and brown or gray for me. It's one of my favorite grays.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I've always had a thing about rocks too, because I live near a river, and the kids in the neighborhood, we'd all be climbing all over the place. And we were real country kids in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
So I think that one might actually be done. I think that one is done.
That is gorgeous.
Thanks.
Oh my gosh.
It feels right.
I love the burnt sienna with that gray there. That is so handsome.
I came up with this whole setup in the last couple of days. I wanted to have a small table that wasn't too heavy, so I went with the tripod and a clipboard.
Oh. What's it clapped to?
There's a seat clamp.
Okay.
And this is not going anywhere because it's got a rubber band around the clamp. This is staying still. This is staying still. The only problem I would have is if the whole thing went, but
yeah,
so far so good. I'm doing everything slowly.
Good.
So, all right. Here's the big one. What are we going to do with that one?
Do you feel an increased amount of stress when you go bigger?
Well, I haven't really, some artists
do pencil sketches and then color sketches, and they plan the whole thing. Sometimes I just wing it. When you're doing plein air like this, basically you don't have all day.
Yeah.
You could just concentrate on one picture, but I kind of did a few just to get in the mood.
Yeah.
And now I'm gonna go big. I've got a couple of friends who are in the other art society in East Aurora.
Oh,
And they are wonderful artists who do a lot of plein air. And what they've done is develop a style where it's kind of like real quick dots all over the place. So the horizon is a bunch of blue dots, and the mountains are, kind of a dot type of. So we'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a piece of paper.
I know.
It's not
so maddening?
it's not my enemy. It's okay. So I don't know. I like I said, I grew up near a river. I'm thinking I might paint the Cascades in that river. So what the river needs is a couple of banks and some water in it, and we'll go from there. And if I try to copy my friend's style, we'll see
that's
what I can do.
interesting.
So we'll see. Now the river I grew up near, it's in Connecticut, and it's called the Still River. But there was one place where there were cascades coming down over a whole bunch of rocks, and the river probably fell only about 30 feet altogether from the very top to the very bottom. But it was cool because it was just this wonderful sound all the time. And this park that I used to go to right around the corner from my house was named after an estate that was donated to my town, New Milford, Connecticut. And the park was called Harrybrook. The owner happened to have been Scottish, and he had a Harrybrook back in Scotland. And he built this mansion overlooking the Cascades. So his back porch looked at this.
Wow.
Amazing. And then when he passed away, he and his wife donated it to the town. And now there's a park there. The kids in the neighborhood play all the time. I'm kind of liking this style too. I have to show my friends. They've influenced me.
Yeah.
Branches. Trees. Well, it's a good thing it's only a piece of paper.
I know.
One little piece of paper.
I always feel like there's a moment in time when you're working on a piece that there's a struggle. I don't know if we're trying to subdue it or if it's trying to come out to us. I don't know what the alchemy is.
I've heard it referred to as the ugly duckling phase.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is in that phase right now. Follow the trail. It's almost beginning to look like a creek. Oh my goodness. Taking another rock or two. Darker, 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 darker. Okay. Well, okay. For now, I think that's it. So for now.
Thank you.
Well, people are probably just having a good laugh, but at least I'm relaxed and enjoying it, right? So, I envy the people who went to art school when they were kids.
Yeah.
If I had known then that I would like it this much,
Yeah.
I would have gone to art school.
Well, thank you.
Oh, I'm happy to do it.
Generally, when I'm doing grass, I go with a lighter color and add the darker ones in later. Some people blend it all at one time. I never know whether I need to put shadows in or not in until the end. So I go accordingly. Here again, it's all in the details I look for and how I paint it. And well, when it comes to my paintings, I never know if I'm satisfied with it until I take a picture of it. The camera pulls out things that my natural eye doesn't always see. And I have a new subject to paint this week. I had a little grasshopper that decided to travel from the red light closest to my house to about 7 miles away, though I was going to a friend's house, right on my windshield. He sat there and looked at me. So I had to take a picture of him from underneath. And then when I got, just as I was getting there, I had slowed down. I mean, I was running 45 mile an hour on the road. He stayed right there. I couldn't believe he was able to hold fast on the windshield. So now I got a picture of him in my phone, and he's going to be on one of my designs somewhere down the way.
because I took art as my major in college. So I'd done pastels and watercolors and oils, and then I fell in love with glass.
It is
And
beautiful.
so my glass work is my love, and I have done many, many things that I'm very proud of. This is sunshine in the shadows. It's because the sunflower is the flower of the Ukraine, and the shadow is the war.
Oh.
And I try to make things that, like this is the pristine forest. It's so calming.
Yeah.
This is Golden Galaxy. These are my grapes.
Oh.
Because we live in a grape area.
Wow.
This is the surge. It's my escape. You know, I just, whenever I have time, I just go down there, and it's so calming and so exciting for me. I mean, I have to put all these little pieces together and cut up, several pieces of glass in order to get the effects I want.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I had a friend whose son was a plumber, and he worked for a geologist who had been all over the world and had all these stones. Well, he had to go into a nursing home, so he gave all this big box of stones to the plumber, because they got to be friends, and everything.
Yeah.
And he was killed in a car accident. So my girlfriend, went and she didn't know what to do with these wax. I mean, they were wax and crystals and everything.
Yeah.
She took them home, and she had them in her garage. And one day I was walking out, and I saw them, and I said, can I look through these and see if I could use any of them? She goes, well, you can have them. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. So I took this box home, and then I don't know if I have any here. Oh yeah, like in this one, some of these stones are from all over the world. I mean, you can see the crystal and different kinds of stone.
We're at the Birchfield Nature Preserve Art Gallery. Yes, in fact, I think we're standing in front of this one.
Oh, let me come.
That's on the Forever Young.
Oh, wow.
And this was in a show that I do art therapy at Fox Run. And they had a show of my clients' artwork, which you could see in the back. This is one of mine. I could do realistic, but I really got bored with that.
Yes.
So if I have to, I do. But I'd rather do things more expressionist. This was picked by a commission in Buffalo, where they're going to make a vinyl image of it and put it on signal boxes to beautify them.
Oh my gosh. Peacock feathers?
Yes.
Oh.
But again, it's more
impressions of the
Yeah.
rather than.
Oh, yeah. I love that feeling, Diane. Oh my gosh. That is just sumptuous. How early was it when you started drawing?
Well, actually, when I was a child, I would get in trouble on my way to school. I would find things and put them in my desk. And the teacher didn't allow anything extra. Just dumped my desk over
Oh
between the
my
coat
gosh. Was it a Catholic school?
No, that was the public
Oh
school.
my
Then
gosh.
I transferred from the Catholic to the public
Oh my
school.
gosh.
And then my friends used to still tease me from elementary school. We would see, you get in trouble for what was in your desk, and then we'd come over to your house after school and you already made something out of it. So I didn't have art materials when I was young, but I always made things from found stuff.
Yeah.
My mother, when I was a kid, she was an artist.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was always trying to draw her. And that was difficult trying to get her, you know. But I got a nice portrait of her, I think 3 years before she passed away.
Okay.
And I love my portrait.
Oh.
And she had really light, beautiful flesh tones.
Yeah.
Polish.
Oh, yeah.
She was an artist. She was very talented.
Right.
She sewed like crazy.
Okay.
She painted, but then she didn't keep up with it, and she was very natural and good at what she did.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but she was as sweet as could be.
Yeah.
I did enjoy when she was drawing, and often we would maybe go out and she would be painting out somewhere and I'd be with her. I loved the grain
my
mills.
gosh.
And I did 2 series at the grain mills because I just gives me a closeness to her. This was Canal Fest years ago that I did this. I did 2 paintings at outdoor.
Okay.
These were done on location.
Oh, wow.
And so that's looking across into here. I'm on North Tonawanda.
Mm-hmm.
That's looking on the other side of the canal in Tonawanda.
Yeah. This is just a flurry of activity. Oh my gosh.
Well, and yeah, I had to work pretty fast. And
on location?
Yeah, that's done on
Oh
location.
my gosh. Oh, that is a pretty blue. Oh, is that pretty?
You like the geese in there? I like the geese.
Do you have onlookers who are passing by being like, oh my gosh, this is amazing?
Well, I used to have a badge.
Okay.
That said, I'm your local amateur. So then I just hoped that people weren't expecting too much when they walked up. And I generally would talk with people if they were asking questions. But that helped me get by so they could see that I'm still studying.
That's amazing.
I wish somebody would make more of those badges. And this was out to get these flowers, you know, but I didn't want, you know, so it's, I had to be a little descriptive of those flowers, and I can't even remember their name. Trillium.
Oh.
In the woods.
Oh, those are gorgeous. Ah.
You might say I pray when I'm painting, and I just really do lose myself to what I'm.
Oh.
And
wow.
All that other stuff around you that you don't need in your mind when you're out painting.
Yeah. I've never heard that anyone said that they prayed when they painted. That's beautiful.
Sometimes I do.
Yeah.
I mean, it just comes out kind of naturally.
Yeah.
Talk to myself or talk to God and say, okay, here this needs help. Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Good. Good stuff. All good stuff. I have to paint. I am an artist, and if I'm not painting, I'm not really content in my life.